Yo, man, I don't believe it's been a month since I've gone live. And a good friend of mine, Juggy, said the problem with me is that I'm not consistent. The problem with consistency when it comes to social media, I don't make any money from it. So when I'm out trying to get the bag, I ain't got time to be on social media like that. But anyway, welcome back to me, not to y'all, right? Chasing that high, 2/4/24, Happy New Year. A lot of things went on today. We have the Pro Bowl, we have the Grammy'S. Fuck the Grammy'S. Let's talk about America. Why? Because that's very important. I'm gonna go in right now, man. I think I'm gonna go in, man. But let me just go on the medias and let's see if that I'm getting the ping action that I need. Let me see here. Are we live? We live here. Hold on. Let me check the voice. All right, the voice is good. Yo, punch me in. We ready to go. Welcome to Chasing That High. 2/4/24. Fresh out of the shower. I got my scents beating off in the background. Before I go into my spiel, there's a couple of things that I just want to discuss when we talk about smart money and when we talk about dumb money. My whole life, I'm 49 years old. For 48 years and 9 months, I've been dumb money. I've now been converted to try and figure out how to be smart money with my champ. Yeah, I'm making that transition to become smart money. My journey started in February's, right? Black History Month is when this journey started. So happy Black History Month. All right. When you look at the economy, right? When you look at Mike's a little bit hot. When we look at Biden and when we look at Trump, there really isn't that big of a difference when it comes to how the economy acted under those two presidents. Biden is winning 24-21. If we were keeping score, which we are, smart money doesn't keep a score. Dumb money do keep scores because, like I said, I'm trying to get out of being dumb money. So it's you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you relapse. Sometimes I go on to Instagram and sometimes I do go on Facebook dating and there's just certain things that I'm always doing. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I scrolled left so many times on Facebook dating that they started to send me pictures of men. Let's go. We ready? We ready to go, man. Chasing that high 2/4/24. Like I said, when we talk about the economy, right? When we compare it to the Biden administration and the Trump administration, Biden is leading by like 3 points. Okay? There hasn't been that big of a change between Biden and Trump. Now, if you're dumb money, right? There's certain things that you want, right? You want black rights, you want transgender rights, you want gay rights, you want women's rights, you want abortion back to where it is. Those are all dumb money objectives or things that you fight over, right? Free Palestine, support Israel. It's dumb money. Because we understand America. We understand that we sell guns. We support war. We try to destabilize countries. Let me bring that back. Once you become smart money, you understand that we sell guns, and we also grab resources by destabilizing countries. It's like when we talk about Africa, and I had this conversation with my woman last night. I said, Africa is not a continent. Africa is a country. Because of colonization, and the French own this, the English own this, and the Dutch own that, there's so many hands in the pot. If you got 3 or 4 hands in the pot, you can't call something whole. Africa is a country, it's not a continent. The reason why it's called a continent, because it's fragmented into different ownership. Right? So we're taught to call Africa a continent. Africa is on a continent. America is on a continent. But we call America a country, we call Africa a continent. Why? Because the fragmentation and the ownership. Côte d'Ivoire. No? Yes? That sounds pretty French to me. And that's in Africa. We had South Africa with the minority white rule. I hope you understand what I'm putting down. Once you start to understand these, then you're going to say, shit, America is actually a great country, and it's behaving how it's supposed to behave. America is behaving how it's supposed to behave. We have hot topics to get dumb money angry, right? We're going to take away abortion's power and then give it to the states. Abortion is not illegal. You just have to vote the right people in to give you back those rights. And that's not a federal issue. That's now a state issue. I don't want to get caught in the weeds, right? We're just going to keep this real clean. Ukraine. We have to support Ukraine. Why? Because we just don't want Russia to grow. Right? It's no surprise that Israel believes for there to be security, they have to control the A, B, and C sectors. Well, if we destabilize that area, we can then grab those natural resources. Once you start to understand that, then you stop getting wrapped up in the nonsense. And it's very hard. It's very hard to separate yourself because we're human beings. And our number one job on this planet is to make more humans. But not just to make more humans, but also to be in those humans' lives to make a change for your humans, to make more humans, so we have a world that is loving and compassionate. That's our only job. What does the Bible say? Man will till the earth till they die. So now you have to work. Right? Once we understand these basic fundamentals of life, we could remove the humanity out of our hearts to stay focused on what we are not here to do, but what we feel like we're here to do. And that's to join the rat race. Tonight, once you start to understand how this situation works, right? Like the Grammy'S was tonight, Jerome Powell was tonight on 60 Minutes. None of y'all probably watched Jerome Powell. All y'all were probably pre-gaming for the Grammy'S. So we got some really, really, really good information on where the economy is going to go. But then they hide that information with bullshit about Killer Mike getting arrested. And I didn't even know Killer Mike got arrested until I was going through my Twitter feed and I see that. And I didn't know Jay-Z got and Beyonce. I don't give a fuck about those motherfuckers. I used to when I was dumb money. But now I'm smart money. Welcome to that high. 2-4-24. We only talk real shit over dope beats. It's a flight test. I'm the king of the monologue. Nobody can fuck with me on the internet. I'm the king of the fucking monologue. So as we begin to figure out how America works, we can then remove our emotions from some of our decisions. This is big talk, people. This is 1% talk. Now, if the caption was "Let's talk Grammys," the chat would have been fucking flooded. But I'm trying to be smart money. And I want y'all to be smart money. I want to play a video. This happened this week, I believe. So Logan Airport had, I think, 150 Haitians, illegal immigrants, hanging out in the airport, and we had to move them somewhere else because I guess when you're coming to America, the last thing you want to see is 150 Haitian people sleeping at the terminal. So the state had to figure out a place to house these people. And the place where they decided to house them is a place where I was just taking photos at, giving Christmas gifts to the black and brown community who couldn't afford Christmas. Let me say this again. The place where they're housing the migrants, I was just there a couple of weeks ago handing out Christmas gifts to the black and brown community to make sure that their Christmas was alright. Food, drinks, bouncy house, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that went into this. Big up to Score for More, who's always doing stuff for the community. So a place where Score for More holds football camps, right? Like February vacation, April vacation. You can send your kid to this football camp where my son volunteered, and he got a little plaque, which then could go on into his portfolio for college. So by the time my son, which he's not going to college, he may not, I don't want him to go, but let's say he was, my son has 40 hours of community service through Score for More. The place that benefits black and brown kids in the inner city is now a place where they're housing migrants. I remember, like 2 a.m, my son was having a freak attack. And guess what he wanted? He wanted coconut water. So I drove down to the CVS in Cambridge, which is 24/7. I was able to buy him coconut water, drive back, pour it into a cup. He took 2 or 3 sips and passed out. That kid's a true yachty. If I was living in Dorchester, there's a Walgreens and a CVS that used to be 24/7. They're now closed. So if you had a job during the day, like a 3 to 11 shift, you could go and work at the Walgreens and CVS to earn a little extra money. Those opportunities are now gone. Why? Because the mayor is housing pill poppers who are now stealing from the Walgreens and CVS late night. They're taking dumps in the parking lot. They're making the CVS and Walgreens just not a safe place. So now the people that used to work overnight shift is dealing with the theft, the drunkenness, the pill poppiness, the vomiting, the shitting, right? Where's my shit? You don't want to deal with that. You come to work, you just want to sit behind the cash register, ring up some condoms, right? Before you used to be able to buy smokes there, but you can't buy smokes where there's a pharmacy in Massachusetts, right? Go in there for a pack of condoms because you're about to bang some broad they just picked up at fucking Rumor Venue or Cathay Pacific, right? You want to just go in and buy some rubbers. You can't do that anymore. Honey buns. You used to go there and buy honey buns. Sometimes I get a late night snack. I'm like, yo, man, let me go and get a honey bun. And there was a man that worked there overnight. And he's a photographer. And we all know that being a photographer is a hard way to make a fucking living. He's no longer there. So when we talk about these situations happening in the hood, they're happening for a reason. It's fucked up, but it's happening for a reason. So we're losing a lot of opportunities in the inner city. And I just want to play this video, man. This shit, can I make the screen bigger? Uh-oh. I can't make it bigger. Can I make this shit bigger? Listen to this.
Cause I can yell. Cause I can yell. And I'm fucking angry. That's why. I hear you. I do hear you. So why can't I get in the fucking building? You can't get in right now. No one's in there. Why? Where's the mayor at? Y'all get fucking towns a fucking sham, yo. It's all about fucking money. It's a fucking money grab. Y'all give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and fucking raised here. Y'all raised the fucking rent so fucking high. Can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here? That doesn't fucking add up. It doesn't make no fucking sense. None. None. I'm fucking homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here? Don't make no fucking sense. None.
Let's watch that again and let's pause it and break that down. And I'm just gonna break this video down for y'all.
Cause I can yell. Cause I can yell. Cause I can yell. And I'm fucking angry. That's why. I hear you. I do hear you. So why can't I get in the fucking building? You can't get in right now. No one's in there. Why? Where's the mayor at? Y'all get fucking towns a fucking sham, yo. It's all about fucking money. It's a fucking money grab.
So before we go forward, we're gonna go forward, but in the present. He's trying to get into the center, but he can't because that's where the housing migrants. He said it's a money grab. Well, absolutely it's a money grab. But I want you guys to stay with me here. I want you guys to stay with me through this video. Stay with me. I'm begging you. Stay with me.
Y'all give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and fucking raised here. Y'all raised the fucking rent so fucking high. Can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here?
So he's absolutely right. In Roxbury, which is funny, I was just looking at properties in Roxbury. Properties in Roxbury is going for mil, 900, 1.5, 2 mil. Predominantly black neighborhood. But what black Americans got to understand is, Roxbury is fucking gold. Right? Hop, skip, and a jump from the medical centers. You have BU Medical Center there. Is it BU? I don't even know. I don't know if they merged or not, but you have Boston City Hospital and Boston University. You have the dental school. Quick jump to downtown Boston. They need to bring in people who makes money because they believe that they got a college education, right? So now they got their little job paying them $150 a year. We need to fill those Roxbury homes with those people. And we need to ship this gentleman here out to Fall River. So the investors are going to acquire Roxbury because the black people that owns it obviously can't keep up with the renovations because it's too much fucking money. Right? So smart money comes in, buys buys up Roxbury and then sells it. So now we talk about gentrification. I think gentrification is a fake fucking word. I think it's a fake fucking word. And I know black people like to use it as an attack on them. The people that's been gentrified more than anybody are the white Irish in South Boston and Charlestown. They kicked them motherfuckers out. When's the last time you've been to the seaport? You should go down to the seaport and drink beers and get into fist fights. You should go down to the parks down there and drink beers and we would just go, fuck it, man. Let's go to Southie and get into a fucking fist fight. And we just drive down to Southie and get into a fucking brawl. And my friends would set me up because I was black. They're like, yo, you go down, you walk down Broadway. They'll be following me. They'll be driving behind me in a car. A couple white kids surround me, square up, start throwing them hands. My boys jump out, and we just fucking roll these kids. That was like a Friday night for us. We had to be very, very careful. Because if Whitey and his crew came out and saw that bullshit happening, they'll fucking bury me fucking over at Neponset. But that's what was going on there. They gentrified the fuck out of that place, if you want to use that word. So if it happened to the white people, it's definitely going to happen to the black people. What black Americans don't understand is in Massachusetts, we actually have all the wealth. We own all the three-deckers, right? Because when we came to America, the real estate agents steered us to three-deckers in Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan. So when you came here in the 80s, you were forced to buy a three-decker. You couldn't move to Milton, Belmont, Arlington, Watertown. Right? You came here when you're 30. Now you're 80. You own all these brownstones and you own all these single family homes in Roxbury. And because they don't pay black people enough, got to work like 100 jobs to keep up with the renovations and to keep your place looking sharp, to now sell it for the 900 or million. Because think about it, unless you put your kids through college, you fucking own those buildings. So we control the wealth. There's a lot of wealth in Roxbury. But we can't turn Roxbury, which is a port, a couple minutes to the highway, right? A couple minutes to the highway to go to Braintree, a couple minutes on the highway to go to New York, Mass Pike, out to the suburbs, Sturrow Drive. Right on Sturrow Drive, you have all the biolabs, biotech firms. We want to kick this dude out, buy it, rent it to some foreigner with a degree, come here. You're in Roxbury, you're in the city of Boston, boops. You on the highway, Sturrow Drive, Mass Pike, biotech firms right there. Or you could Uber it to go to med school. That is prime land. And I understand his pain. just reality how America runs.
That doesn't fucking add up. It doesn't make no fucking sense. None. None. I'm fucking homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and getting paid to live here.
What's happening? I just got raw data on this. What's happening right now is, even if you have a Section 8 voucher, landlords don't want to put you in their fucking place. They're asking for 680 credit scores. Think about that. If I have a 680 credit score, I doubt I'm on Section 8. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the fucking egg? I get it. Landlords don't want to deal with the bullshit, the writing on the wall, the fucking just leave the water fucking running, punching holes in the wall, baby daddies in there selling fucking weed, house smells like shit because the toilets are clogged up because everybody's smoking weed like a fucking asshole. Yeah, I don't want those people in my fucking place either. But how do we give people a chance to move forward? How do we benefit the community? Because if we continue on this path, now I'm talking like dumb money, I'm not talking like smart money, these motherfuckers are going to climb over the gates to our gated communities. Right? Once there's no more food, the only thing left to eat will be the fucking rich. I mean, those motherfuckers eat so much fucking butter, they probably taste fucking good. So much butter and fucking fat. Rents here is fucking bananas. But they have to be because smart money's available to pay that. Dumb money can't. Let's roll it.
How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here? Don't make no fucking sense. None.
How are we going to bring other people here? Now, this video and Jerome Powell, it's funny how reality works, right? When you talk about a conspiracy theory, right? Let's go conspiracy theory here, right? There's a correlation between this gentleman here and Jerome Powell. And I think this is the piece that's probably going to go over everybody's fucking head. But because I'm becoming smart money, I used to be dumb money, but I surround myself with educated black people. And I don't mean educated as in college degrees. I try my best not to hang out with anyone with a college degree. If you got a college degree, you can't help me. If you got a street degree, when you talk about business and money and the economy, then I want to fucks with you. So the circle of brothers that I'm in, highly educated. And I was at their birthday party today. All my friends are smarter than me. And that's why I'm smarter than you. Because the circle of brothers that I'm in is crazy. I have one or two friends where I talk bullshit with, talk bullshit, like, but I need that. Like, I like talking to them brothers too. I mean, they talk bullshit, and you know, they don't talk S&P 500, they don't talk economy, but you don't want to segregate yourself from people, right? Then you start putting your nose up in the air at people. That's not what I'm here to do. But I get a wealth of my knowledge from a lot of my friends. And they just tell me shit, and then I come on here and I just verbatim spit it out over this microphone to y'all. So fucking crazy. Chasing that high, man. 2424. We fucking here. We are fucking here. So I was at my man's birthday party today. I asked him, like, yo, what's going on with the markets? He's like, oh, boop, boop, boop. Jerome Powell is going to be on 60 Minutes tonight, which I knew he was going to be on 60 Minutes because we talked about it over the week. CNBC, they took excerpts and say, hey, listen, they're not going to drop the interest rate in March. Probably by June, they're going to start to drop it. And that's what we were talking about at this birthday party. It was like a power circle of just us talking about plays, where we're trying to go, how we're trying to get to the bag, right? There was no talk about the fucking Grammy's or the fucking Super Bowl. Actually, the Super Bowl did come up, and we talked about Taylor Swift, about how her presence is adding more value monetarily to the NFL, how ad buys is gonna be fucking insane. It's probably gonna be the most watched Super Bowl. So we were talking football, but we were talking money. Not once did we bring up Patrick fucking Mahomes or Brock Purdy. Who gives a fuck? So because I'm in this circle of friends, they told me Jerome Powell, full interview, pre-recorded, is gonna air tonight on 60 Minutes. So I ran home, but we had to cook, get the kids off to bed. And it's kind of like, fuck. I didn't get to watch the interview. But what I did do, I looked for the full transcript and I read the transcript. I think that's a very important read. A very important read. Now, I want you guys to stay with me here. Right? I want you guys to stay with me here. Now we're going to go conspiracy theory. Right? Here's Jerome Powell. And this is the transcript from tonight's 60 Minute. This is the anchor from 60 Minutes. The next follow-up question, Mr. Chairman, is about the stabilization of the labor market that we were talking about earlier. What are the important factors that cause labor markets to stabilize? Powell. One was just the return of workers. As I mentioned, several million people were just gone from the labor force for whatever reason. Many of them didn't want to go back to their old jobs because of COVID, or because they didn't want it, they moved on with their lives. Paraphrasing here. So there's a desperate shortage of workers. And what happened is we expect people to come back, to come right back into the workforce in 2020. They mostly didn't. And we thought, well, maybe that's not going to happen. And then It happened in 2023. We had a combination of rising labor force Maybe that's why I don't hang up with people with college degrees, because I can't fucking read. We had a combination. Where was I? We had a combination of rising labor force, participation. I can't even say the word. In prime age workers. We had a influx of immigration, right? So right there, he's saying is, we had COVID. People are like, I'm not going back to fucking work. I'm going to work from home. I'm going to become a fucking real estate agent. I'm going to fucking stream Call of Duty. I'm going to fucking open up an OnlyFans. So we had people leaving the workforce. But in 2023, we saw immigration move back up to the levels that would have been normal before the pandemic. Those two things together made a real difference in labor supply. So it's really a supply story. That's the main thing I would want to point to. The anchor said, why is immigration so important? This should be on everybody's fucking timeline. I'm going to try and read this like I went to fucking high school. Right? The anchor. Why was immigration important? Because, immigrants come in and they tend to work at a rate that is at or above that for non-immigrants. Immigrants who come to the country tend to be in the workforce at a slightly higher level than Native Americans. Let's go back to the anchor. Why was immigration important? Powell, because immigrants come in and they tend to work at rate that is at or above that for non-immigrants. Immigrants who come to the country tend to be in the workforce at a slightly higher level than Native Americans, which is pretty funny that he's calling people that's born here Native Americans. But let's not dig into the fucking weeds. But that largely because of the age difference, they tend to skew younger. The anchor. Why is immigration so important to the economy? Well, first of all, it goes immigration policies that he doesn't really comment on it. The U.S. economy has benefited from immigration. And frankly, just in the last year, a big part of the story of the labor market coming back into better balance is immigration return to the levels that were typically of the pre-pandemic era. So now let's go to the fucking border. Now let's go to the migrants that are just hanging out in Logan Airport. We could go conspiracy theory here, or we could just talk facts. You come to America illegally, we're going to house you, give you medicine, probably educate you, get you right in the workforce. And because we've done this for you, yeah, you should probably vote Democrat. Republicans fear immigration, not because of the immigration or the migrants themselves, is because, and we're not talking about the crime or the people with mental illness, that's a very fucking small number. If the Democrats can get a hold of those people and turn them, get them voting, it's a possible chance that more Democrat seats will be gained. So when the gentleman said in the video that we show that this is just a money grab, of course it's a fucking money grab. We have people coming to America from a bad situation. We're going to clean you up, educate you, put you in the workforce. We need you in the workforce. And I'm just using Powell's terminology here. Don't fucking kill me. Native Americans don't work. I'm not talking the indigenous people. I'm talking all of us. So if we're not working, now we're going to get smart money. Fuck the border. Fuck all that bullshit. We're smart money. If we can increase employment, we could take our time adjusting interest rates and controlling the economy. Oh, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. You saw the job claim. Employment is up. If employment is up, we can't lower the interest rates. We keep the interest rates high. And you know, you want to squeeze the economy's throat. And as you see it starting to faint, the guy's starting to faint, you just bring back air into him slowly. This is why the title's like Black Americans got to understand how America works. We need slave labor in America for this place to run. Using his words, Native Americans know that working 15 or 20 bucks an hour cannot get you an apartment here. We do know that the migrants that are coming here probably has family here. So if you're making your 15 bucks an hour, we know that there's going to be like maybe 40 of you guys piled up in one of those three families. Immigrants will pool that resource together and then eventually expand out. To me, that is the philosophy of illegal immigration. Definitely not fair to Black Americans. But once we understand how America works, the emotional pain and our belief in humanity, we go, fuck it. I understand. I understand. I understand I can't get into that center because you gotta house those migrants, which is a complete money grab, which he's right. So we could get those migrants into the workforce, get them to vote so we could stay in power. But also, we gotta keep this economy afloat. Now, dumb money believes that we take all these illegal immigrants in Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, throw them on a fucking boat and ship them to Boston and New York. Because we don't want those fucking people in our fucking state. Who's gonna pick the veggies and food on those plantations? Who is gonna pick those veggies on the plantations in red states? Who is gonna work on the ranches to get me that beef from Omaha Steaks? So we have this accumulation, manipulation, distribution going on in the news. And we need to be smart to know that it's all bullshit. I know it took me 51 minutes to get to my point. But we need to understand. We need illegal immigration that we could turn into legal immigrants, get them in the workforce to stabilize the economy. And if you remember what I said 52 minutes ago, there's really no difference between Biden and Trump. Now, if you're involved in social matters, well, I mean, Biden is single-handedly can be charged for genocide. Me too. And you. Tax money goes. But we also got to understand is we can't have Marines just fucking off down on Paradise Island. You can't have Navy guys and Air Force guys just fucking off. Some of these guys are $1 million investments, killing machines. Well, we have to send them motherfuckers over there to fucking test out if you're a good investment or not. We're gonna drop you in the water at night in rough seas, right? You got to attach a ladder to the side of a boat, climb up that boat, and seize the arms going to Yemen. A wave comes by. I don't know, I wasn't there, I'm just assuming. A wave comes by, smashes the Navy SEAL off the side of the boat. buddy set, buddy move. I gotta jump in the water to save my comrade. It's buddy set, buddy move. That's how we trained. That's what the fuck we do. 2 Navy SEALs. I don't know if they're found. I don't know if they're alive. I know they were missing for a couple of days. Because we cannot have the Houthis blowing up ships, slowing down the global economy. Well, if we do a ceasefire, then the global economy is fine. But what are we gonna do with all these fucking missiles and shit? People, we have to understand how America works. Once we understand how America works, we can remove the emotion out of it. No, black people ain't got no rights. Yeah, black people have no rights because we don't have anybody to lobby for us. We believe that voting is a good thing. We believe college education is a good thing. Well, when you're in $250,000 in debt and you're making $100,000 a year, $250,000 in debt, you'll never pay that fucker off. You'll never pay that off. So then you can't create a super PAC so that super PAC could go to Washington and then lobby for our rights. Instead, we got a college degree and we can't get a job because we're black. So even with the college degree, you still can't make headway. You need to take that $250,000, give it to a black politician, twist their arm, or a white politician, twist their arm to lobby for your rights. If we had more money, Maura Healey couldn't do that bullshit that she's doing now. He couldn't. Yo, man, chasing that high. If you want to subscribe. I don't give a fuck.